Software conflict. Oh, we've got an official derezzed here. Oh, man. Okay. You know what? I think we're going to keep on going. It looks like we may be coming near the end of the game here. Or at least leaving this area. So let's see. To the lobby. He's not our friend right now. Grish stands alone in the lobby. His back to you. He just ushered a program out of the entrance. The last of a full evacuation? Hearing your footsteps, he turns and immediately grimaces. How dare you show your face? I know you're angry. Users outside. What an incredible observation. What fine detective work you've done here tonight. He charges at you, grabbing you by the neck and lifting you off your feet. He barks in your face, his light pulsing as the rage flows through him. You've destroyed this place. You've gotten people hurt. You don't get to tell me how you feel about my move. I beg your pardon, program. A louder. He drops you, sprawling you out on the floor. You speak quietly as you hold your throat. We can still fix this. I had things under control. I was performing my investigation. It was clean. And then you arrived, like a tank in an alleyway. Grish looms over you. You've caused a trail of destruction, wiped out any chance I had of cleaning up the mess your little friend in the vault caused. He sees confusion cross your face. It baffles you that I might know something you haven't told me, doesn't it? I investigated Query, even without you. But you couldn't stop that investigation, regardless of your kind's rules. You had to intervene. I had no choice tonight. I hope that lie doesn't comfort you. I have no idea where Prinz is. I might never find him, because you took it upon yourself to let a monster in the building. Prinz is gone, and for what? So you could befriend a bomb with a heart of gold? We have to tell the rest of the grid. Grish holds up a hand to silence you. You're still acting like you're in charge here, program, which shows you've learned nothing. This is already over. I've already seen you free one criminal tonight. I won't watch you do it a second time. Cass isn't a criminal. No, I suppose not. They're a weapon. A weapon with no safety and no control. A criminal can be imprisoned or rehabilitated. A weapon must be disarmed. I want to say this as clearly as I can. I'm not making threats. I'm telling you what will happen if you try to do something stupid. Whatever trust there was between us died on that landing pad. Grish puts a hand on your shoulder. Firm. Threatening. I need you to hear this. You're going to leave the way you came in, and you're not coming back. He points his other hand to the door. Now. Cass told me something terrifying. Grish smirks cruelly. I don't care, program. It doesn't matter. I'm going to restore order. The evacuation is complete. I'm going to find Cass, I'm going to lock them in another vault, and I'm going to summon Core to take them away. I will do these things, and then I will begin to rebuild everything you disrupted. But first, you will leave. Grish lifts his hand off your shoulder. There's no choice this time. But not in the way... Oh, excuse me. There's no choice this time, but not in the way he means. Don't do it, program. Do it. You turn and run toward the elevator, full tilt. You hear the smash of Grish's boots behind you as he gives chase. You're a fool! There. Diving into the elevator, you press a button to close its perspex door. Smashes on it with a fist. There's more to this than you understand, Grish. No, this is simple. You're a fool who doesn't know what they're doing. Maybe. But you have to finish this right. Get out of that elevator, program. He punches the perspex. It cracks under a fist. If you do this, I will be right behind you, and I won't hesitate to finish this. You walk into danger. You don't care what impact you have. The programs your ignorance might interrupt. I should have left you there on the sidewalk. But then I'd never have heard Cass's truth. Punches the door a second time. Nobody cares what that program told you. Nobody will. You look at that crack in the door. It won't hold up to another swing. That's great. I'm looking for the button. You enter a sequence into the elevator's keypad, activating a lock on the elevator control. An old DOT trick. What are you doing? If Grish wants to get to where you're heading, you'll need to use the stairs. You enter the code for the landing pad. Goodbye, program. The elevator ascends. Grish locks eyes with you just as he disappears out of view. It's not over. Ooh, okay, elevator is out. Landing pad. Wait a minute. Why is he not at the vault? The vault is in pieces. Cass is gone. Yeah, I guess it's time that we need to take a last look here. All the crazy stuff seems to happen on the landing pad. Nothing more for you here. The library is empty. Ada's trees remain. You're sure someone will come for them soon. Alright. Landing pad. For a moment, the sky is clear above the landing pad. You see Cass sat at its edge, feet hanging over. They turn to you as you approach. Hello. Smile. Hello, Cass. They return your smile. Is that my name? You know confusion crossed their face. Do we know each other? You stand next to them. Look out at the city below. It's different than it was earlier, more fragile. My name's Query. That's right, you're a detective. You nod. They smile. Are you here to help me? I hope so. Cass looks a little frightened. They hold on a little tighter to the edge of the pad. Have you been down there? It's so beautiful. So intricate. The light of hundreds of thousands of programs mingling, blowing together. I wish I remembered what it was like to be there. You realize there's every chance that they've never actually set foot on the ground. I need you to help me remember. You can rebuild identity discs, right? You nod. They take the disc from their back. Please. This will be a little faster now, as you already know who Cass is and who seems to be anchoring them. Are you sure you want to know? I am. You take the disc, weigh it in your hands. Ooh, alright, is this going to be like everything? Clear 8 adjacent cards consecutively. So they all got to be like right. So we basically have to get all of these colors near each other. That would be the best way to do it, I would think. Okay. So let's go ahead and get maybe the oranges together. If possible. As everything gets switched over. Like, so this is like the boss fight right here. At least we're not dealing with the nonsense. Let's see if we can get some reds, too. Okay, it's 8 agent... Okay, it doesn't have to be... Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I see, I see. It's not the end of the world. Just have to make sure that they're adjacent. We can do it. Yeah, yep. 7 and 8. Okay, cool. I was making that much harder in my head than it needed to be. Just start speeding this through, if possible. Let's keep... Maybe keep the 3s if we can. Perfect. Okay, 5s. The 5s would be good too. Sure. Let's do... 5 will take out them. Oh wait, they're blocked. Switching over. Still good. Five. Now I'm kind of counting. Wait. 3. 6 and 6. Lovely. That 1's going to be a bit of a problem, though, I feel. Care of the 4. And then... Gotcha. New location, landing pad. Friend. Vault was cold. Memory of an explosion lingered. A noise by the elevator and a figure approached. A tall figure, wearing a long coat and a quizzical expression. The confused program looked up, exhausted. What happened? The confused one asked. The inquisitive program asked his questions. He seemed kind, but the questions were difficult. Answers blurry, distant. If you'll let me, I can scan your disk. The confused one nodded. They didn't understand the words, but the tone was warm, reassuring. They knew that they needed help, and this program seemed eager to provide it. The stranger took the disk from the unsettled program's back. He helped. He said his name was Query. Cass puts their head in their hands as memories wash over them. They begin crying. You put a hand on their shoulder. You look at their disk. You've never worked with one like it. It's impossible complexities, unimaginable data density. You just dropped a lot of knowledge on Cass, all at once. Might be out of your depth. You're definitely out of your depth. What do you want to do? Pause in the tears. I don't know. Not a long pause. Cass looks up. I don't think I've ever been outside without rain before. He seems startled by it. It happens occasionally. They look around. Feels like clarity. Like the grid pausing for breath. You smile at their poetry. They wipe their face with a sleeve. Sniff. I'm worried there aren't many cycles left. There has to be a way to stop it. Cass looks at you with sympathy. I like that's where your code goes. But no, it's inevitability of the framework of the grid. Only a user could fix it. I don't see any. Sierra would agree. We need backups, Query. I need you to copy my observations, my knowledge of what's coming. I'm an unreliable vessel for it. I can keep you safe. Cass looks back over the grid. I'm certain you would try, but no one program can hold back core for long. They gesture to their disk, still held firmly in your right hand. Copy it. You nod, taking your own disk from your back and placing the two on top of each other. Here goes nothing. Ooh. Clear 5 distant cards consecutively, and now we're dealing with the additions. Okay. Can give that a shot. Let us go with 1, 2, 3. And we need to try and, get the 4. And 5. Alright, cool. Now let's actually focus on everything else that we need to do. Hero, you guys will come back. That's okay. We have got the medicine. We're going to try to have it at least. 7. It's like a 1 step forward, 2 step back kind of thing. We can't do anything with that right now. So let's just focus on this. That'll pop up. Deal with the fires we can put out. 4. 5. And try 7. Get that one done. And it's at that positioning is so key to all of this. Alright, let's go here, take care of the 4. We'll grab the 2. 2 will take care of that. And then... Oh, I almost had that. Curses. But I like now that we're kind of getting used to it. It's fairly easy to think about it now. There we go. Now we just have to deal with 2. Like a nice little cascade. Do we have another 0? Yes, we do. Goodbye. 5 right there. You go away. And don't come back. And then 6. So we need to get that out of the way. And just deal with problems as they come. Oh, that go. That go. Yellow and cyan, this color, which I guess would be Cass's. And that. As you hand back Cass's disc to them, your eyes pulse. So much new data. Much of it is indecipherable, but another program will understand it. It comes to that. Cass smiles. How does that feel? Overwhelming. Now it's their turn to reassure. You don't need to read the data. Let it sit within you until someone else needs it. We'll both be there to pass it on. Cass looks down at the grid and says nothing. The rain starts up again. Energy rails. Full stack achievement unlocked. So is that everything? Look at that, we got it all. At that moment, Grish burst through the door to the landing pad. Pants, frustrated and exhausted from the climb. Stop! Hands where I can see them! Cass raises their hands. It's okay. It isn't. What's wrong, Grish? Grish draws their disc. I saw what was left of Ada in the vault. It's over. Prince is gone because of you. You think I'll let you risk anyone else for this? Freak! Cass comes with me. We're gonna head back to the vault. You'll be safe. More importantly, the rest of us will be too. I can't let you do that. Grish laughs, enraged. And why is that? You take a deep breath. You don't understand what's happening. Grish shakes his head. I'm the only program here who does know what's happening. You're letting a blind sense of heroism push you toward breaking every rule your kind has. And for what? Some myth about the end of the grid? I'm done talking. Grish readies his disc, aiming at Cass. Come with me, or it ends here. Time for us to take a more forceful approach. You grab your own disc and throw it at Grish. You're fast. He doesn't have the time to throw before he's hit. Grish disintegrates into a cloud of energy, blowing like dust across the landing pad. You catch your disc. Cass exhales. Now what? We have to go. Now. Cass nods. Thank you for everything you've done and everything you're about to do. Don't mention it. They smile, beaming, and take your hand. Show me the grid, Query. You walk back to the entrance. An end, but also a beginning. It's done. Emergence achievement unlocked. You step outside. The city below is exactly how you left it, utterly ignorant of the events that you've witnessed and impacted tonight. But not for long. You stop, standing in place, the enormity of what has happened firing through you. Are you alright, Query? Cass has been through a lot. You don't want to scare them. I'm fine. They nod. It's been a big night for you too. Take your time, I'll wait up ahead. Cass pushes forward. You're grateful for the centicycle they're giving you. You take your disc in your hands, turning it, reviewing it. It certainly needs a defrag, but you've done enough of that already. You activate it, reading your data and thinking about what you saw tonight. You think about the programs you met along the way, and how many of them are now dead. Despite what happened, you find it hard to hate Proxy. Pirate was no more self-interested than most of the other programs you've met up here. She is dangerous, though, and well-resourced. Her impact could resound further through the grid. You wonder if anyone will ever find the user key she was looking for. You hope not. Though, to tell you the truth, I don't know if we'll ever rescue Prinz, but I think she would be a little bit more thoughtful about helping to save the grid if she knew this information. Maybe. Because telling that to Prinz would have to accept the fact that there's no user here anymore. Your thoughts on Ada are mixed, and even now, you're not sure whose side she was really on. The things you could learn in that library, if ever they let you back in. Without Ada, you're unsure what Core will do to her garden. A new guardian will be necessary. Whichever way it had gone with Sierra, he would have your sympathy. A program trapped in an alien set of constraints and politics. He didn't deserve what happened to him tonight. At least in the end, you could grant him his freedom. Regardless, he will remember what Core did. He will tell his people. It will have consequences. Maybe not as bad as it could have been had we kept him in jail, though. Cass began as a mystery, but turned into something greater. Something dangerous. The grid and to those who would control it. They're waiting for you up ahead. You don't know what your future together holds, but it'll certainly mean more choices. Logs will be written about Cass. Somewhere, another data tree is sprouting. A comforting thought. The repository is as much more a representation of Prinz as anything else. His faith and fealty define the possibility space available to you. You feel terrible about what happened. You paid the price for the decisions you made here tonight. Wherever he is, you hope he still functions. Grish was the first program you met. At least you set the right tone by standing up to that light cycle. You worked with him for a while. He showed where his priorities were when Proxy arrived. He sure as NCOM hated you after what happened to Prinz. Better him than Cass. You keep thinking. You consider what you learned tonight. Cass saw what they saw, and now you've seen it too. This place, this world, is going to stop. Only a few hundred cycles, a couple of user years, and everything you know will be lost. You entertain the idea that something can be done, but you've seen where good intentions can lead. You'll be haunted by this knowledge. Core's enthusiasm for control seems stronger now than ever. You see now that the repository is a prototype for a more regimented grid. It won't happen fast. Feature creep rarely does. But little by little, Core will expand their silent oversight. Cass's data is a direct affront to their dogma. Information they'll seek to limit, too. Sierra's presence was an indicator. Automata are no longer keeping themselves to themselves in the sprawl. They're reaching out to the rest of society. Their philosophy and questions will gain volume. There are many who will find that challenging. And a criminal landed a recognizer on a core stronghold tonight. Proxy would not have come if she weren't not comfortable, if this place did not feel within her grasp. This may be a natural escalation, a reaction to Core's confidence. It will have been noticed by others. You ponder your next move. Core will not be happy with your handling of things. It's likely the DOT will feel similarly. They'll be even less happy that you stole their asset. Cass won't be safe out there. Now, neither will you. Ooh. Automata or Proxy? I'll go with Proxy. We'll see. Proxy could be helpful. You didn't end things on the best of terms, but it could certainly have been worse. You don't trust anything about her except her own self-interest. That might have been enough, but you'll likely never find her now. It's gonna be hard to find anyone you truly trust. The problems Cass has exposed will not be solved by a single hero. Those days ended with TRON. You'll find a community. Just don't know where. You ponder something else. You look at your disc. For all the memories of tonight and plans for the future, the thing that matters most is a memory that isn't even yours. Cass's revelation is incendiary, necessary. Only 2 programs possess it, which makes it precarious. Or will de-res you for it if they can. You replace the disc on your back, head forward. This may be the end of line. It's not the end of your program, or the grid. Not yet. If you've learned one thing tonight, it's that great truths cannot be contained in small boxes. Dependencies and compound errors will always make themselves known. This revelation, this prophecy, won't be contained either. A loop cannot be broken without a change in conditions. You'll find a way. Recompiling. End of line, achievement unlocked. Wow. Okay. I did not expect the end of the game to be like that. That's very interesting. Okay, let me get my thoughts here on this. I think the game was way too short. But I liked the concept of it. I really did. I liked the concept that you only had a certain amount of characters that could go other ways. To tell you the truth, and thanks to everyone at Prevail Games, I think this game had like the meat and potatoes that it could have made a really good Telltale style game. You know, with the characters walking around and interacting and things like that. I think that would have been great. I like adding the noir detective element to TRON. And I definitely know I don't know if I did. I think the only thing that I kind of wish I had done was may have tried to stop Proxy. But I think Proxy probably would have done something to Prinz. Or we would have like crossed a line with her, then she wouldn't have been any help to us. Now that we know the fact that the grid that our character is, that Query's in and everyone is in, is basically one of Flynn's backups. And since Flynn is gone, spoiler for those who watch Tron Legacy, and probably Sam doesn't know about it, they have to deal with their own thing. You know, they have to deal with their own destiny. And the story can go in a lot of different ways if they want to keep doing stuff in this version of the grid. It's very interesting. It's kind of like a multiverse, which, you know, Disney has been pretty apt to do lately. But I hope you all enjoyed it. I knew it was an interactive novel, so I was completely prepared for that. I know others weren't. I liked it. I also liked the puzzle aspect of it too. It was fun, but wasn't one of those things where I had to bash my head against the wall to try and get stuff fixed. I liked it. Hopefully we'll hear something more about this world that they've created here in Tron Identity. And I do want to thank you all very much. And maybe we'll find out what happens with Query Oh. And I guess endless mode is just for the puzzle game. But we'll see what happens maybe in the future with Query and Cass and the fate of this grid. But if y'all like the series, please leave a like down below. They do not make enough Tron games. They need to keep making Tron games. I don't care what genre they are. I mean, the entire genre, the entire franchise, the entire IP is based around video games and computers. There needs to be more. Anyway, if y'all like the series, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. That'd be a big help. And we'll see you in the next series. Later days, everyone.